Hey class, how are you? I'm recording this video to walk you through what we are going to be doing with the social media marketing plan. So this file that I have opened here, you have it on the model section of the class at the very top. I think it's the third element where it says final project. So when you click this file, this PDF opens, and you're going to see that this project is kind of divided into three parts. So this is what you're going to be doing. The first part is the brand summary and social analysis. So you need to realize that many of the information that you're going to be covering here, you have already done it when writing your discussion boards. So here I am providing you with all the information, and inclusively I have here the information of where will you find this in your book. So right here, the first piece is you're going to write a brief summary of the brand. So kind of introducing the reader to who is the brand that you are talking about. What is their current situation? So it's just like a brief summary. And all that becomes from the information that was on chapter social plans parts 1 through 4. So you're going to have a snapshot of the organization. You're going to conduct a current SWOT analysis because, as you know, the SWOT analysis always looks into a moment in time of the company. So basically what you're going to do right now is just see what is going on with the company at this moment. You're going to explain what is the current IMC campaign for the company, if there's any. And you're also going to look into who is the closest competitor, and you're going to analyze the competitor. You will define the target audience. You have done that. You have your extensive persona. And then you are going to establish the business objectives that you want to achieve with your social media marketing plan. So here where this gets tricky. If you are working with a brand that is big, maybe it's easier to come up with 3, 4, 5, 6 different business objectives. However, if your brand is a small one or it's a company that is just starting, I highly recommend you that you focus in 2 and not more than 3 objectives that you want to achieve, because you need to remember that your goals are going to follow the SMART model and they need to be attainable. So probably your first question is, how are we going to be able to do this? Do we have the human resources? Do we have the money, the time? So be smart about what business objectives will you be setting. And then you're going to perform a social media audit. So this social media audit is different than the social listening that you performed before. For the social media audit, you're going to use this audit template, which it's right here, and they actually belong to the author of your book. So all these files, all these templates are in Canvas, and then I'm going to show you where you will find them. Okay, so in this audit, you're basically going to audit the consumer, the company, and the main competitor. And then you're going to check the channels, the frequency when they post, why do they post it, and what type of opportunity does it represent for the company. Because by collecting this information, then you can realize how are you going to achieve your goals. Okay. So then we're going to move on onto the big idea and social channels. So the big idea is basically, okay, these are all the objectives that I want to achieve, but how are they tied together? They're tied together to a big idea. The big idea is basically what are you trying to accomplish with your marketing or social media marketing plan. So this big idea cannot be isolated. This big idea needs to be plugged into the overall marketing strategy of the company. So when it says here, big idea with leg that integrates with traditional marketing, it means that how is it that my social media strategy it's going to be tied to other marketing uh, efforts of the company. Okay, so you will find more about this on the social plans parts 5 and 10. So right here, you're going to summarize the insights from the social media audit. You could perform a new listening exercise and use keywords that are close to your brand, and then you are going to find more information of what is being talked about the company, and maybe you find something that it's not the best, and that could be something that you want to repair, and that could be the focus of your big idea. So as we go through that, you're going to explain how did you come up with your big idea, and then you're going to consider how the idea can be told as a large brand story and leveraging all 5 acts of the storytelling template. Again, you're going to have this template here and you can fill it up. Now, you don't necessarily have to use these exact templates. You can recreate them. If you have an Adobe Suite, you can just like download it and save them, and you can type on them. But this, I will leave it up to you. The important thing is that you can follow this template. I will show you how other students did it in the past. Okay, so following the instructions, you're going to decide which are the social media platforms or channels that you're going to be using. If the company has already them established and you feel that they have a channel or a platform that they shouldn't be maintaining at this time, you could absolutely say that that's one of those that are going to be no longer needed. And finally, you're going to consider how current traditional advertising, digital marketing promotions can be integrated into the new effort. Finally, we get to that part where we are going to create our final social media plan report. So you are going to go and check how is your plan going to come to life. So you're going to take the plan beyond marketing and you're going to look, are you going to be able to find evangelists? Are you going to use influencers? Are you going to how are you going to put together your strategy? On this section, you're going to have some mock ads, just like you are working right now in discussion number 5. You're going to illustrate your big idea. You're going to have a social media calendar, and then you're going to discuss KPIs. This KPIs is a topic that you're going to be discussing this week. So again, all these templates are going to be given to you. So one of the important things that you need to realize is that this is not going to be a long report where you have to type 10, 15, 20 pages. No, this is a report that it's going to be very visual. It's going to have charts, it's going to have visuals, it's going to have logos, it's going to have information that the reader can scan through and realize that this is a marketing report. So right here you have an example of a social media plan format. What do you have to, or how would you uh, put the information in what order? You can check all this stuff on your own. Again, there's a part of the plan where you're gonna go and do a social media budget. So you don't have, or the numbers are not gonna have to necessarily be super on point and accurate, because for many of these companies, you don't work at them and you don't have fully access to the budgets, but you could estimate the numbers. Now let's talk about the format. And like I said, this is going to be a report and it's not a long wordy paper. And in a second, I'm going to show you some reports that we have worked with in the past. So you're going to submit your report, and then we're going to have a final presentation. For your final presentation, you're going to extract the information that you think is the most important, because basically on the information, what you're going to be doing is we're going to pretend that you're pitching your idea to the CEO of the company that you're working for. So in a presentation that it's not going to last more than 8 minutes, 5 as a max, you're going to sell your idea. And I highly recommend you that you check this, the social plan story template. This is a very, and I'm going to click on it right now because I didn't open it before. It basically tells you how to go about a presentation. So how you introduce the presentation, how you explain the problem, comes your solution, how you're going to execute it, and what you're going to do as a resolution. So it's a very smart way of going about your presentation and making sure that you can uh, inform and let the listener or this CEO from the company how are you going to work on your plan and how it can be successful. So in 5 or 8 minutes, you will be able to convince the person that what you've done is the best. Okay, so right here I have a plan that was produced in the past, and this was done actually for a company that probably many of you are familiar with, is Mid-State Health Center. Table of contents. Do you see how heavy this is in pictures? And here it goes, the company overview, brand overview. There it goes, the first audit, the templates that we were talking about, the SWOT analysis, business objectives, key customers insights. There is the consumer persona. She added a second consumer. Then she gave some information about health insurance, because of course all this was relatable to her project. She explained the current marketing campaign, what they were doing at the moment, what the competition, who the competition was and what the competition was doing, including their social media sites. Like I said, you don't necessarily have to use the templates as long as you use the information required on the template. Some examples of posts. There goes the social media audit, social listening and company data. Like I said, we did this before in the class. You can perform a new one so your data is a little bit more fresh. Insights gained. So basically, what can she, or what did she see with this information that she just had? There were some frequency charts. In this case, she was able to have this information because this person was running the social medias from Midstate, so she was able to get more information from the social sites. Then comes the social media planning. She gives a little introduction of what is the social media that she's trying, the channels that she will be using, a background on the channel, and then how Midstate could use it. Okay, same for LinkedIn, Instagram, and YouTube. Here comes her social media, and her social media big idea was to educate, engage, and recruit. And then she explained how she was going to do or what was she trying to achieve with each of the parts of her idea. There we go. All the information right there. And again, I insist, there's a lot of graphics, there's a lot of visuals. There goes the social media story, how she created the plot, the intro, the conflict, the climax, goes the characters, the settings. So basically you go reading this here from top to bottom, top to bottom, top to bottom, top to bottom. The content calendar, some examples of content, and finally the social media metrics, how she was going to track the KPIs based on channels, social media budget, and then all the citations and sources. And I have here a second one, which is this was done for Jim. A little bit of the history, mission statement, what is the industry they were, the performance, the current marketing, competitor marketings, the target audience. They did a social media audit, the results they obtained, who is like their consumers, how were they engaging with social media, their competitors. There comes the SWOT analysis. Sorry. The SWOT analysis explain, and this does not want to leave us. There we go. Business objectives, insights gained, the repair plan, basically their big idea. In this case, these people, these students were able to meet with the owner, so they were working together with the company. And there goes their big idea. And basically their campaign was, or their social media plan was based in a couple of hashtags to create brand awareness. There goes their social media story template. Content creation, who are they trying to reach? Here are some of the examples that they were going to do. Their content calendar, their budget, and here they did their budget as a product of time because throughout the investigation and researching the company, they realized that it wasn't a matter of money for them, but it was more a matter of the time allocated to complete any of these functions. And the reference. So with that, basically we cover all the information that you have to complete. Again, don't worry about the quantity of pages. It's more about quality. You can present a social media marketing plan that has 10 pages and it's super juicy and all the information required is there, or you can present one that has 25 or 30 and it's just full of fluff. So here we're going for quality and not quantity. So I hope that this video had helped you, and I am looking forward to see your work. Contact me with any questions. Where's my video?